Um, we'll go ahead and get started if everyone is cool with that. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, my dog just opened my door to the back. Can't let the AC just fly out like that. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining us today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kaylee Taylor. I'm the Business Development and Marketing Manager for Green Home Loans. Um, what I like to do is meet with our agent partners, understand your origination strategies and what we can do to help you bring in more business and really support your business. Bree and I work alongside each other in um, working with our agents and just trying to help you and support you in any way possible. We offer broker pricing. I'll let Reggie dive in more on that stuff, and then we'll hand it over to Bree. So, Reggie?
Yeah. So it's like Haley said, we try to do everything we can to be a great partner in your business. And on top of that, we have great wholesale pricing, which just allows your clients to get better rates, lower PMI, and just a higher pre-qualification amount. I'll be real quick. I just wanted to go over one thing. If you're in my agent prospecting list, you might have already talked to me about this because I think it's just a huge deal right now. But most lenders that you see, most of your big lenders that you see in your marketplace are only pulling what we call a FICO credit score. And a FICO credit score is the model we've used for years. And one of the cool things is if you're working with a Green Home Loans loan officer, we're actually pulling FICO and Vantage at the exact same time. And here's the big benefit. Vantage is almost always 15 to 20 points higher. We actually had a credit pulled 2 days ago where the Vantage credit score was 180 points higher. And I'm just trying to explain to agents how big this is an impact of your client. We've had multiple clients that would not qualify under a regular credit score that do qualify under Vantage. Even if they qualify on both, having a higher credit score gets you a much better rate and lower PMI. So if you want more information about this, I'll throw my info in the chat. But it's just a really big thing that's helping clients get qualified and better deals, and we just want to make sure everybody knows about it. So outside of that, love working with Bree. She helps us a ton, and appreciate you. And looking forward to the class, Bree.
Thank you guys. My name's Bree Kruger with Great American Title. If you guys have not used Reggie and Kaylee and their team, they're phenomenal. Back in the day when I was on the real estate side, they were my partners and always super solid for your clients and just honest and high integrity, which our industry isn't known for. So your partners matter, and I highly recommend you reach out to them for any of your loan needs. Um, Obviously, I'm with Great American Title, and today we're going to talk about Create, Market, Sell, Canva AI for real estate. So Canva released some of their native AI stuff and tools within their program, which is really cool. A lot of agents have been obviously using AI for a while, and Canva decided to integrate with it in their own tools to really help everyone stay on their platform rather than go into multiple different platforms to get some of that AI information. So we're going to go over some of the cool tools that I think are great for you guys to use within their platform today, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of slideshow and then I'm going to go into a live environment and show you guys what this actually looks like. But these are just one of the cool tools that Canva has is AI photos now. Sometimes we really struggle in Arizona with finding stock photos that are Arizona specific when it comes to homes. We might find some fantastic homes that they have in Washington or in another place in the country, but in Arizona specifically, I always struggle to find some great photos. So these are all AI generated photos, and I'll show you how to do all of these things in the live environment. But I thought this is just a great resource for you guys. You guys don't have to hunt for some photos that may kind of look like Arizona when it comes to our landscaping and stuff like that. So I literally just put in the element section. Please create a luxury Arizona home with a nice pool. And then these are the three options that came up. There's actually four, but these were my three favorite. So as you can tell, they don't look like Uber AI, so they're great different elements that you guys can use. Um, Here's some more examples. So generate a backyard in Arizona with a luxury pool. And that's what it created. Generate a stock looking image of a family in the desert of Arizona. That looks like a real photo. It could be a client photo. It could be many different things that you could leverage that. Generate a couple holding a wooden sign that says welcome home in the front of the house. That's another one that you could really use for your business. And then generate a male person in front of a restaurant. Make it look realistic. This restaurant is in Arizona. Obviously, the name of the restaurant is in Arizona, but that's what they put on there. But close enough. So these are some really cool, different AI generated photos that you can do. The other really cool one for real estate is the magic edit. And I'll show you guys how to do it, but you can remove items in listing photos, which is really cool. So let's say you did not want this sign right here. And you're like, you know what? I think maybe it's a religious sign and you rather not have that in your listing photos or on a flyer or brochure or something like that. You can actually click on it and say, please remove, and it removes whatever you click on. So pretty cool that you can clean up different things. They haven't completely gone to the ability of taking furniture out. I will say that. Just because it's so many shadows and stuff, it'll take like a chair out if you ask it to, but the shadows will still be there. So they're still kind of working on that. But for easy things like signs or maybe there's clutter or something like that, you could definitely utilize this. I do want to mention if you ever, this isn't Canva related, but just a tip, if you have Claude or Chat Pro, you can actually remove tons of clutter from the back of your pictures. Like if there's moving boxes and tons of stuff all over the floor, it'll actually remove it for you. And you can do virtual staging within those platforms as well. I see a lot of agents that pay for virtual staging and it's just not needed. Your chat or Claude can do that for you. Here's another cool thing on the Magic Edit. You can add a fire in the fireplace. So this was the original photo right here. And then when you go into the Magic Edit section, you can say, add a glowing fire in the fireplace, and it'll actually put it there. And then Magic Resize is another really great tool for you guys as agents. So let's say that you're creating a flyer. I create a lot of flyers for agents. And let's say you wanted to create your own flyer and then resize it so it could be across your YouTube channel, like a any type of social media, um, any different resize. Maybe you're doing a postcard even. You can actually design it once and then resize for all the different platforms. And I'll show you how to do it in real time, but right next to the file, there's a resize button and you can resize it to any custom size that you want. You can also search for resizing options like Instagram Square or Instagram Story or Facebook or Postcard. So you can do that within the platform now, which is really nice. You don't have to redesign it each and every time for each platform. Now, the pro version of Canva allows you to remove the background, which is fantastic. I use this all day long. A lot of agents have some photos that they really want whatever marketing material that we're doing to have the ability to remove the background. And you can do this with literally one click inside of Canva. This isn't a new feature, but I always like to mention it because a lot of agents ask me, hey, how were you able to remove the background from my photo for my flyer? This is how you do it. This is also really great if you want pictures of certain elements and you don't want whatever's in the background of it. You can just remove the background with one click, which is really cool. Okay, video tools. There's some really cool AI video tools now in Canva. So you can do music within Canva. I always preface the music is yes, you can add music within Canva, but depending on what social media platform that you're putting your video on, it may have restrictions on video, on music. So most of the options here within their music system are available for most social media accounts, but every single once in a while there's a license that's only available on like Instagram or only available on Facebook, and it just means that they have a specific license for that song. So yes, you can do music within Canva. The benefit of doing music within Canva is you can actually sync it up to the movement in your video, which is really cool. And you can also do this native in the social media tools that you're using, like your Instagram app or your Instagram story edits, all of that kind of stuff. But I do want to mention you definitely can do the beat sync within Canva now, which is cool. The other cool thing you can do is the voiceover. So now you can do voiceovers directly in Canva, and you would literally click record voiceover and start talking. So you no longer have to have like a video editing software or record yourself and then upload it. You can obviously still do that, but you can do it native within the app, which is great. So if you wanted to talk about the market and you have, like my example here, which I'll show you in real time, if you wanted to go over different points as it moves through the different transitions and slides and talk over that, you can definitely do that now. The other cool thing that they most recently released is this AI voice, and they only have four different voices right now, but I started playing around with them, and there's two females and two males that you can choose as your voice, and you just literally put in the script, type it in, and the AI voice will say it as you need it throughout the different video that you're doing. So if you were to do, for example, a listing video and it's just a bunch of movement with the video that your videographer did, and you wanted to do like an AI voiceover, you could totally do that now within the app. And you can also speed things up within the app as well. So if you want it to go faster or slow down in certain areas, you can do that all now through Canva's video AI section. This is probably my favorite one. This is the bulk create feature within Canva. And I'll walk you guys through how to do this. But let's say you wanted to send a home anniversary card, postcard, flyer. Maybe it's just a social media post that you put on their social media when they're celebrating a couple years or 1 year home anniversary. Now you can use merge fields and an Excel file or a CSV file in bulk create. And what I mean by that is first you design it once, and let's say you have 150 people that you have their home anniversaries. So you would in either Google Sheets or a CSV file or Excel file, you would have everyone's first name or last name, or maybe it's together, whatever your merge field you decide you want is. And then you have how many years that they're celebrating in their home and their address. And you can also have your name down here as well. Obviously, you can design it however you want, but as you can see, the different merge fields right here. So name, how many years, and their address. And then what you do is you upload your spreadsheet and you connect the data one at a time. So you want to say this column is the name. Column 2 is the years they're celebrating. Column 3 is their address. whatever different merge fields that you want, and then you say create design. So if you uploaded 250 contacts, you'll get 250 pages automatically created for you, all within the same Canva link. So pretty cool. And I'll show you what that looks like. Niche presentations. So before Canva had some AI presentations or some generation of presentations, but they weren't quite at the level as like a Chat GPT or a Claude in creating a presentation. Now their AI tools have definitely upgraded, and you can say, create a presentation explaining today's Scottsdale, Arizona housing market for first-time home buyers. Make the presentation classy using neutral colors and soft branding. And when you do that, this is what it created. So really cool. It added all of the information in here. So it's searched the internet and created this for you. If you wanted to tweak it, you could do so really easily, but the presentation itself is created for you with the median price point and trends, affordability and finance options, popular neighborhoods, first-time home buyer tips, and then your end slide, which is really cool. So literally that took me maybe 2 minutes. I just put in the prompt and it created this for me. It just saves you a lot of time when you're doing presentations, especially for niche marketing. All right, this is another really cool one. So you can use the AI that's native in Canva to create a marketing set. And what I mean by that is you can have multiple things created for you, all with one prompt. So I put this prompt in. A real estate agent I work with wants some marketing. Can you generate the below for this property? Social media posts, listing presentation, flyers, and open house graphics. And this is what it created. So it created a full slideshow, listing presentation. Now you may want to tweak this a little bit, obviously, for your client. But after it created this listing presentation, it asked, would you like me to continue down the list? And I said, yes. So then it created this social media post. So you can also say, now create a postcard, now create a flyer, now create a YouTube thumbnail. And it'll create it all in one string. So your whole marketing set for that property is in one single Canva link, which is fantastic for all the management of that. And then Canva ads. So now you can do ads in seconds. You can connect your social media. So if you want to connect Meta, which is Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, or LinkedIn, you can describe your business and then it'll start creating the ad using Canva AI based on which type of format of platform you're using. And then it can go post directly to your social media, which is a new feature that they just added. You can also track the performance within Canva now, and you can get insights on your ads directly in your Canva dashboard, which is really cool. All right, I'm going to go into a live environment real quick.
Excuse me, Bree.
Yes.
Are all these tools that you're saying that's Canva AI, but is there a fee with that? Are you using, is
I
it ChatGPT within Canva or Claude, or is it just their own?
It's just Canva. So this is just Canva AI. I recommend the pro version if you're going to get super crazy into this, just because it'll allow you to really have your own branding and your own kind of signature across multiple any type of workflow that you do within Canva. So the pro version I do recommend, especially for the video, because you're limited with like the music and the voiceovers if you start to just use the free version of Canva. Good question. All right, so I wanted to show you guys the bulk create first, which I think is super cool. So what I originally did is I started with just one. I designed it exactly how I wanted it. And then I put in merge fields. And a merge field just basically says, what is this going to be in the future? And what am I going to connect it to? So I said something like, celebrating blank years at, and then this was address in a merge field. And if you guys are using a CRM system, you're probably familiar with merge fields as well. That's where it'll pull in whatever data you associate with it. And from here, we're going to go into, oops, your app section. And we're going to search bulk create. And then it's this first one right here that says bulk create. And you click on bulk create. And you have some options. You can upload it from Sheets, Google Sheets. You can upload it from a regular CSV file. This is what my spreadsheet looked like. It's a CSV file. So the first column was name. The second column was years. So you put in how many years of the home anniversary that your clients are celebrating. You put in their address. And I had this column here called agent, but it's actually not needed. You could just put your name at the bottom of the actual design itself. So right here, I have 6 different families that I want to create the different anniversaries for, the different graphic for their anniversary. And you can have up to 500 right now. I'm sure that's going to be increasing very soon, but you could have 500 different home anniversaries, different clients that you're going to bulk create for with just a couple clicks, which is really cool. So what I did is I went over here and I said upload data. You can enter it in manually, but again, we want to save time. So we're going to click upload data and we're going to find the spreadsheet, which is always the hard part, right? Hmm. And then click open. And then now it's asking, please link the data. So you're going to click on name right here, connect data, and you select what is this, basically which column am I going to be pulling this information from? And you match it up. So name is name, years, connect data to years, address, connect data to address. And then if you have a team or something, you could do this for multiple agents, of course. So that's why I kind of put that in there. But for if you're just doing it for yourself, you don't have to put this in a merge field. You can just put your name down there with your logo or however you want to design it. Connect data, click agent, and then you click continue. And then what it creates is all of these pages within the same Canva template. and it starts to look like this. Happy home anniversary, the Andersons, which is name, celebrating blank years. In this case, it's 1 year. So Andersons, 1 year. And then it's going to pull in their address right here. And then you scroll down, and the second person is already here. So Mike and Lisa. Mike and Lisa, they're celebrating 6 years, and that is their address. So Mike and Lisa celebrating 6 years, and that is their address. And it just creates all of them for you automatically, which is really, really cool. One thing that I will say, sometimes you have to go in here and tweak the different spacing, because originally it came like this. Obviously, that's not as pretty. So I went in here and clicked enter and made it more centered and more easily readable. So you might have to go in here and tweak the different merge fields depending on the data. Maybe they have a really long name, and you're including their first name and last name, and it might go to two different, it might go one underneath the other, and you want to clean that up. You can go in here and just clean it up, move it, kind of tweak it a little bit. But the hard part is already created for you. So as you can see, this could be really, really helpful when you're creating the home anniversary cards or social media posts. I imagine how I would use this was home anniversary. I would also use it for birthday messages. If you're not doing a like video the day before to your clients, a personalized video, this is another option that you can do if you're not comfortable with video. You can just text them this image directly to them on their anniversary or their home anniversary or their birthdays. And you can even do it on celebrating their wedding anniversary. Um, you could do literally anything that you can think of, you can do within, as long as you can do it as a merge field and your columns line up and you connect them properly, you can do absolutely anything. If you wanted to do a personal invitation to like a client event, that's another really good thing to do. You could do personal invitations directly to make it really personal. So this is going to be really cool for you guys, save you guys a ton of time. Any questions on Bulk Create?
I do. So you've done this, you have six there, they're all populated. And then what do you do? Do you cut and paste and send them out individually? Do they get mailed that way? Do you ever worry about uh, that they might have multiple images to a client? What do we do after we have it like this? If it's six like you have or 26?
You have a couple different options. For all of our clients, you could just share the editable link with me and I can print these and have them delivered to you. That is one option. And you can just put them in a card or an envelope and handwrite their address and send it that way. If you were to create like a postcard, we can actually send those for you directly through one of our systems and you just pay the postage. You could also, if you wanted to like hand deliver this, you could definitely print it yourself and deliver it or use myself because we do own a print shop and it's at no cost to you guys. And we just have a tiny little co-brand on it so that we're compliant. Maybe you don't want anything printed and you just want to download this and put it on their social media. Maybe hopefully you're friends with them on Facebook, or maybe you just download this image and text it to them. So you can do all of those things depending on how you operate your business. So just to download all of these. If you were to send them via social media or a text message, you would just click download and click download again. It's going to print all the pages for you.
So, Bree, with this, when you designed it, is it designed for a card size 5 by 7, or can it be adjusted after you populated it so it
Yep.
can have text?
So it whatever you design this in, I just did a 5 by 7 card, but whatever
Right.
you design this in is the format that it'll create it in, right? So if you do it as a social media post to begin with, the original design, it'll create them all in social media posts. If you want to do it in a postcard, when you initially create a new design, you select whatever whatever you want within here. So for example, if you wanted to do a postcard, you'd click postcard, you would design it directly from here. I'm just going to pick a random postcard. And now it's in a postcard format because you initially created it within that sizing. But like I mentioned in the slideshow, you can also resize up here. So let's say you designed it in a postcard, but now you want it um, in a 5 by 7 card or a whole flyer. You can do that and just click the resize button and click which option you want it to resize to, and it'll resize everything within there, which is kind of cool. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys where to go for some of this AI stuff. So this is a market update video that we did for a client, and it's just a animated slideshow. It goes over the different areas in which she focuses on. So Mesa, she does mostly Southeast Valley, and it constantly moves, etc., throughout the different cities. So the cool thing that you can do is do that AI voice or do a voiceover. So anytime that you want to add, you would just click right below the image. You would click on this audio bar right here, and then it's going to give you some options. I'm going to delete. Well, let me play it for you first. So that's an AI voice, obviously. But all I did was put in, I went to add audio, AI
Couldn't,
voice.
we couldn't hear the voice.
Oh, you couldn't hear the voice?
I couldn't.
Okay, we'll do it again. And you enter the text that you want the AI voice to speak. And then you choose your avatar. Generate AI voice. And now the voice has been added. So you can move this to the beginning, which I do recommend. Could you hear it that time? So as you can see, The AI video, hopefully you guys all heard that. The AI video voice can go as long as the information that you input into that script that we did.
We
So
we
again, you
can't
go,
we can't hear it, but I think it just might be an issue because you're just sharing your screen and maybe not the microphone for
oh,
Canva. I'm not sure, but we
hmm,
can't we can't hear it. I can see that it's added on there. You just can't hear it.
bummer. Okay. Okay. Well, I want you guys to all try it after this class. And then you can also do that record voiceover in your own voice directly through the system, which is good. Oh, maybe that was it. It just asked me to add the microphone. So as right now, here's my market update for Scottsdale, Arizona. Hang out with me as we go through the different market updates. You're just welcome to my market update in the Southeast Valley. If you have any questions about the Southeast Valley market, please give me a call, 602-921-4165. Could you guys hear it that time?
No.
Really? Darn
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, you guys get the picture. So you can add your voiceover directly through here if you don't want to be on like a actual video, selfie video style. This is a great option for you as you go and add your own voiceover through the system. And then again, music, you can do music. They have all of these popular music choices on here. Just know that when you upload your video to like Instagram, it may flag you and say, "Hey, this isn't licensed on our platform." And that just means it's going to take out the video or take out the audio when you upload it, and you'll have to just select some type of music that's on that platform that they're licensed to do. There are some free, using the free version of Canva music options in here. I would say that most of them are pro version features though. Whereas in Instagram, it will allow you a lot more free options and trending audios than it does within Canva's native app. And then it'll also give you options to do the beat sync, which is really cool. So let's say I chose this song. You can also select beat sync and sync now. This is a pro feature, but it'll automatically time everything to the music. So all of the transitions and the movements within here, it'll automatically sync it. So you don't have to worry about trying to do the transitions manually anymore, which is really cool. You could also add captions on here now, which is cool. So you can choose exactly what type of caption. I do recommend that every single agent who does any type of video, not necessarily like a market update video, but let's say you're just talking about Arizona and relocating to Arizona, always put on captions, whether it's within the Canvas platform or within like a social media platform like Instagram or Facebook, make sure to add in the captions. There's a study that's like 70 something percent of people watch videos on no sound. And it kind of makes sense, right? They're at work or they're on a quick break and or maybe they're traveling and have people with them. They don't want to blast whatever video that they're watching to the public. So they'll actually just read the captions on the video itself. Any questions with video? Sorry, you guys couldn't hear the audio. All right.
Bree, I have a question. So there's two tracks. You're saying that you have the whatever the market update is, and then the recording. Do you also have a transition like in edits to add another track music besides that, or is it only two right here?
It's whatever you want. So you can put this first and then have music after, or you can layer it on
Oh, you can
within
layer.
the Edits
Okay.
app.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. I wanted to show you guys how to do this magic edit to remove this right here. So where this is at, oops, you click on the image, whatever image it is, the picture of a property, and you click edit. And this is where a lot of their AI tools live when it comes to editing photos. And you can do a couple different things. Magic Layers basically scans the entire elements in each picture. And um, let's say you had like something really big right here, like an ugly plant. You could it'll decipher it by layers, and you could just adjust a specific item to remove that layer from it. So I'll show you what it looks like real quick. I think this Magic Layers is a little more difficult. I'll show you Magic Edit, which is easier in my opinion. But do you see how each element was scanned within the room? And then you can just go here. Maybe you don't want that light fixture and you just delete, delete. You don't want that chair there, delete. You don't want that chair there, delete. See, the shadow of it kind of still stays in there depending on the the angle of the image. But you can do a lot of cool stuff, right? Obviously, be ethical with it. Don't completely change what the room looks like when you're going in and doing different edits.
So I'm going along right now. I don't have a paid version for Pro. So I'm on a photo and it was an image that I added text that it closed my logo and what have you. So
hmm
in the free version, it allows me to do that. It didn't allow
Yes.
me to go into photos, I mean, into remove chairs that are there. It did circle some fruit that's hanging from a tree that allowed me to, that was one of the boxes around it. So perhaps
Yep.
the free part just allows you to do certain things, but the pro allows you to do all the things that you did.
It honestly more depends on the image itself and
Okay.
if the AI can detect specific things, and if it's clear for the AI to detect it. So if you could do magic edits without a pro account. So the magic layers right here, I'm sorry, not edit, magic layers you can do without a pro account. The AI just scans it and they do their best, but it's not perfect on clicking on every single element within the photo. But there's a way around that. And that's why I like magic edits. So what you can do is you can put in here, let's say there was a bunch of stuff on the counter. You can say, please remove all the clutter on the kitchen counter or the kitchen island. You can also use this brush feature where this is actually what I use to remove the sign. And you click delete. See how it's like the shadow's still there? So you just click it again, delete. Oops. There it goes. So sometimes you have to do it a couple times because of the shadow and the lighting within the photo. But now you can see it's gone. You can also use this click feature. It's going to scan the photo, and let's say you want this light gone again. You can click delete by clicking it. and you can click the individual different items. Let's say that you didn't want like all of the clutter. Maybe there's a decorative vase that you want to keep on that counter. You could then just click it. It's just a quicker way to do it rather than the layers, which um, creates the different clickable items for the whole entire picture. But Magic Edit is a pro version or pro feature. Same with the background remover. This upscale is also really cool. This is not a pro feature, but let's say your image is a little grainy. You can now upscale the images directly in Canva, which is kind of cool. So you don't need an extra editing software. Another, oh, this is a bad example for background remover. Let's actually go into,
Excuse me, Bree, what does the upscale do? It
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 just creates,
enhances the photo?
it enhances the photo, it adds more pixels to it. So maybe like if you had a photo that's a little blurry or out of focus from your photographer, it'll actually add in more pixels into the image itself using AI. So pretty cool. You used to have to use like Adobe or something like that to do that feature. So let's say I wanted the background removed from this. If you have the pro version, you just click background remover and it removes it automatically. So pretty cool feature. I also want to show you guys that there's an eraser. I don't love it, but you can erase certain things. Like let's say I didn't want my logo on here. I can use this little brush stroke and then click delete, and it'll take it off the image. Any questions on that? Magic Eraser, the different editing software within. You can also do a ton of stuff like background generator. Um, one of the cool like things that I can see for the background generator is, oops, if you wanted this to be like super festive for 4th of July, you could say generate the background to the 4th of July theme. So you can put yourself in different places. And it takes a minute. And then you have different options. I guess that wasn't a very good a good option. It didn't really do the 4th of July. Still kind of working on it. But then you could go in here and say generate again. And then maybe you use different language in the prompt. Maybe I was too generic. So you can get as fancy as you want within here. Yeah, it kind of didn't understand my prompt. Let's see if it does it for like a summer sunset. I might need to be a little more specific. Okay. So it gave me a couple options for the sunset. So kind of cool. Any other questions? I know we went through the video tools. Oh, I wanted to show you guys how to generate an image from scratch. So let's say you wanted to create that, like my example in the slideshow, you wanted to create a luxury pool in Arizona. So this is generate a luxury pool in Arizona. Generate a luxury home with a pool in Arizona. You click generate, and it's going to give you 4 options each time you generate an image. And another thing that's cool about this is you can do photos or graphics or videos or audio, and there's actually frames and other shapes and stuff, charts. You can do so many different things now within here. I would say most images are pretty good. There's some that look a little fake when it comes to like that one looks a little AI generated. So you maybe not select that one, or maybe you use it as a cool thumbnail background. It could also be like that looks a little more realistic to me. This one, they did it in like a weird painting type format, which is kind of weird. Maybe you put in, make this very realistic looking. So you got to play with it a little bit sometimes. But you can literally have it create anything. Like maybe you went through the elements and you went through the stock photos and you just can't find absolutely anything. You could definitely do that. That looks pretty realistic. That one looks a little more AI generated, but you can play with it. Any questions, guys? That's all I have for you today.
Bree, I have a couple just comments. I was uploading some old sports photos. I had a team and all this, and I did it through ChatGPT. And I said, please clean it up and what have you. And they were black and white. And it ends up being, it responded with saying, choose which image you would want. And I'm looking at both of them. Ends up being one had an extra player in it, and the other one was. I'm going, who is this guy? So that was odd. So it's really good to check. The other thing that you said about adding the fireplace, and if you want to have it, I was talking to our transaction coordinator. Apparently, an agent did that to show that the fireplace was working, and the buyers were under the assumption that it was a working fireplace, and it ended up that it wasn't. So, and they
Yeah,
caught on it. I don't know what.
I mean, talk to your broker about it. Obviously, I wouldn't personally put like a fire glow if it didn't work, for example, just to
Yeah.
cover my butt, but use some discernment, of course.
And then the last thing, just yesterday, I was looking at some properties, and it had we have to identify if it's been modified for the MLS. And there was a
Correct.
listing, and it said ChatGPT virtual staging. And so
Hmm.
I looked at it, and once the first image was with that title on it, the second was just a bare room. But then I went to Zillow to see if it included that. And Zillow did not include saying that it was the watermark saying that that was an enhanced AI photo. I didn't realize that.
I haven't heard of Zillow. I have tons of agents who actually put the watermark. This is AI generated staging or virtual staging. And
Mhm.
they do come over on Zillow. So I'm not sure why that one didn't.
Yeah, just a comment.
Yeah. If you want the free guide on 50 ways to use AI in your business, please shoot me an email. I'll send that over to you guys. And other than that, thank you to Green Home Loans for putting this on. And if you have have any questions when it comes to AI or even Claude, ChatGPT, Canva, anything that you can think of, I'm here to support you guys. I have agents that text me, is it worth it to sign up for this? The answer is typically no, but shoot me over a text or an email. This is my cell phone. Feel free to use it. And thank you for coming to our class today.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Bree. Appreciate you. That was a great class.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you all for being on here. And yeah, like Bree said, let us know if we can help with anything. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your Thursday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.